I don't think that's a human.
Xiao stammered, his paws trembling. The figure moved closer to the gate, and with a slow, deliberate motion, it pushed the creaking bars further open. The sound was unbearable, a high-pitched screech, like metal scraping against metal. The pandas winced, huddling together.
Who? What are you?
Cao demanded, his voice shaking. The figure didn't respond. Instead, it raised one hand, bony fingers extending toward them. The chains rattled ominously, as if begging for something. And then, a whisper, faint but clear, seemed to echo from nowhere and everywhere at once.
Help me.
The pandas exchanged terrified glances. Mei asked cautiously, her voice barely audible.
Huh? How?
The figure tilted its head, the chains rattling again.
Free. Me. I am trapped.
Cao took a step forward, cautiously keeping his family behind him.
Trapped. Who are you?
For the first time, the figure moved closer to the faint beam of moonlight, revealing more of its appearance. It was no longer a keeper, if it ever had been. Its form was twisted and broken, its eyes hollow and glowing faintly in the darkness.
I was one of you. An animal, left behind, forgotten.
An animal? But how?
The ghostly figure seemed to drift, its chains dragging across the ground.
The keepers experimented on us, trapped us here. I was cursed to remain until someone set me free.
Ha! How do we set you free?
The door. Find the door.
Suddenly, the gate to their enclosure slammed shut with a violent force, the sound echoing through the zoo. The figure vanished as quickly as it had appeared, leaving nothing but the lingering sound of chains in its wake. For hours, the panda family huddled together in silence, the weight of what they had just witnessed pressing heavily on their hearts, and on their mind.
We have to find that door. We have to help. Whoever, or whatever that was.
Cao nodded, though fear still gripped him.
If there's a way to free the spirits that are trapped here, then we have to try.
I don't know what happened here, but if that figure was once like us, we can't leave it behind.
Feng clung to Mei, her voice barely above a whisper.
I'm scared, Mom. What if we can't escape either?
Mei turned to her daughter, giving her a reassuring smile.
We will escape, Fong. As long as we're together, we can do this, I promise.
The following night, under the cover of darkness, the panda family ventured beyond their enclosure for the first time in years. The zoo was eerily silent, save for the occasional rattle of chains and occasional shrieks from other animals that echoed through the night air. As they crept through the zoo, their eyes darting in every direction, they noticed strange markings on the walls, scratches, like those made by desperate claws.
Look.
Mei whispered, pointing to a large, rusted door at the end of a long, narrow hallway. The panda family approached cautiously, their hearts pounding in their chests. The door looks very old, covered in vines and rust, but something about it seemed different. There was a faint glow emanating from the cracks.
This must be it.
Bao said, placing a paw on the door. With a deep breath, he pushed it open, and the door creaked loudly. Inside, the air was thick, and the chains from the figure were scattered across the floor, leading to a dark void. Suddenly, the zoo rumbled, and a chilling voice whispered once more.
Thank you.
The chains rattled one last time before they vanished, and the oppressive weight that had hung over the zoo lifted. The pandas stood in silence, the air now still, the ghostly presence finally at rest. They had freed the spirit of the old zoo, and with it, they freed themselves.
Yay. At last. We're free?
Shouldn't we help the other animals?
Of course, my dear.
Bao lovingly patting his daughter's head. With a shared resolve, the panda family took their first steps into the vast world beyond the confines of the zoo. They embraced the challenges and adventures that lay ahead, their hearts filled with hope, knowing that together they could overcome any obstacle. The next day, as the sun rose over the Spectral Valley Zoo, the panda family huddled together, grateful to have each other. They knew the zoo's days were numbered, but they had faced the ghosts of their past and survived. And as they looked at the bright blue sky, they knew they were no longer trapped. 2 years later, Kao and Mei welcomed their third child.
Thanks for watching. Follow us on our social media channels and be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified of our latest videos.